Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Argentina Brief. A lot to unpack, from expelled Iranian diplomats to corruption scandals, so let's dive into it. First, an international investigation based on leaked Russian intelligence documents alleges that a network called La Compañía ran a coordinated campaign to destabilize the Milei government throughout 2024. The documents suggest over $600,000 were spent on a mix of real and fabricated content aimed at deepening divisions within the ruling coalition and stoking conflicts with neighboring countries. Milei himself has been blunt about where he stands. Iran is our enemy, he said at Yeshiva University last month. They've hit us with 2 bombs. Now, on the economic front, some good news with caveats. Poverty fell to 28.2% at the end of 2025, down nearly 25 points from the peak in early 2024. That's the lowest reading since 2018, but analysts are warning that the decline may have hit a floor for now. Wages are now trailing inflation, and food prices are rising faster than the general index. If we were to keep seeing 3% monthly inflation and weak activity in labor-intensive sectors, further improvement on the poverty front looks likely in the first half of this year. Still, foreign investors keep leaning in. Non-resident bond holdings hit their highest level since June 2023, and Chile's LarrainVial, the country's largest investment bank and broker, resumed Argentina coverage for the first time since the Macri era. Their chief economist, Javier Salinas, told me that what was going on in Argentina is very comparable to Chile's own stabilization in the 1990s. Meanwhile, the Vaca Muerta boom keeps accelerating. The RIGI pipeline now has over $23 billion in projects under review for this sector. Vista Energy raised $500 million in 12-year bonds this week, the second Argentine oil company to secure decade-plus financing this year. And the peso is defying the rest, or at least most of the emerging market universe, appreciating 2.3% against the dollar since the Iran war began. In other news, a federal court suspended 81 articles of Milei's labor reform after the CGT umbrella union filed a constitutional challenge. The injunction freezes key provisions, including the new severance fund system, until a final ruling. And Cabinet Chief Manuel Adorni saw his legal troubles deepen this week, with a prosecutor now summoning the notary who handled his apartment purchase. And finally, Argentina tested the market's appetite for post-Milei risk. A new 2028 bond sold at 8.9%, a 380 basis point premium over the 2027 bond that matures before Milei leaves office. Investors are clearly pricing in a degree of uncertainty about policy continuity. That's it from me this week for the weekly wrap-up, but be sure to check out the Argentina Brief's first ever monthly podcast that I'll be doing alongside Daniel Politi and Ali Lazar. Have a great weekend.